I didn't feel nervous that day at all. I woke up feeling good, and like I was like, because I think I went into it with zero expectations. It's my first show. I'm just here to feel just the experience of it. So I went in zero expectations and had a blast.
So when did you then transition into the bodybuilding side of everything?
So transitioned into bodybuilding. So in 2020,
Okay.
I ended up moving to Columbus.
Okay.
So my husband's job kind of took us there, and moved the kids there, got our own place. And I've always been, now that I was in Columbus, I was closer to the Arnold, and, being just around that atmosphere was just, it was amazing. It was motivating, and it made me, watching the Arnold Classic and the shows. I'm like, I just remember like watching one of the shows, watching the bikini division. I'm like, I want to do that one day.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. These girls are amazing. And yeah, so once I moved there, we were at a restaurant one day, and server was a big dude. He's like, he works out.
Yeah.
He works
I'm going to
out.
ask him what's up.
So yeah, I conversated with my husband. I was like, so this is what I'm looking to do. I want to get into bodybuilding, bikini division. Who around here would you recommend as a coach? And I mean, zero hesitation. He told me, Mike Davies is your go-to. He's been doing this for years. He's gotten pros. He's your go-to. So
Yeah.
I did a little research on my end, and then I reached out to him, and we started training. Mm-hmm. I started training really like that last week of 2020.
Okay.
And then I started meeting with him slowly, gradually. I started like 1 day a week, then 2, and then it led up to I was meeting with him 5 days a week.
Oh, wow. So this is like in-person
training,
yeah.
group training sessions, strength,
Yeah.
lots of strength.
You said this was 2020, which was a tough year to get into fitness.
I know. It was like, it was really, November, well, when the gyms started opening back up. So the end of November is when I kind of took the lead, and then trained with him December and thereafter.
And you kind of knew from the beginning, like, I want to step on stage. This wasn't like you got into it and then somewhere along the way you found more, like you knew from the beginning.
Yeah, that was my goal.
And how long did it take you to go from like brand new, like fresh getting into the gym to eventually stepping on stage?
So I first started training December of 2020, and I stepped on stage for the first time September of 21.
Okay, yeah.
So not a lot of training. Yeah. 9 months basically, 8 months.
Which I think a lot of people probably aren't going to realize, but that's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people hear 9 months and they think, oh gosh, that's almost a full year. That takes to go from like you were already athletic. I'm sure you had a good foundational base, but to just start the sport of bodybuilding, like very intentionally, and then to step on stage 9 months later is no joke. Like walk people through a little bit of what that process looked like. Like what does average day, month, season in a bodybuilder's life look like?
Yeah, so strength training every day, hitting one muscle group every day. And initially is what I started, because I had to build from the foundation. I didn't really have, I was just kind of the basics of it. I didn't, for bikini, glutes and shoulders are what the judges are looking for, and the symmetry of those. And so, but I had to start from basically the beginning. So I started with strength training every day. I'd spend about an hour and a half in the gym, strength training, and then a little bit of cardio. And then I didn't realize how important the nutrition side was until my coach is, he's like, well, what have you been eating? And he's like, so I ended up, and I was very fortunate because this coach also, he did the strength training side of it. He also did the nutrition side of it. So he was able to quickly get me onto a nutrition plan and a regimen, and it was crazy the amount of food that I had to eat every single day.
Yeah.
That took a lot to get used to. And the water consumption, drinking like 2 gallons a day was...
Oh, you had your 2 gallons?
2 gallons of water a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was a lot.
What was his thought process on that? Because, I mean, you hear the gallon a day is pretty common for a lot of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
2 gallons a day.
2 gallons a day.
Is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just the side of it, 75% of your body, your organs is made up of the water, and to replenish them daily, especially when you're hardcore strength training.
Yeah.
You know, a gallon is kind of maintaining, and then to get that surplus of what you're losing through your strength training.
Yeah. Do you still do
primarily.
that today?
I try.
Yeah.
I'm like gallon a day is a good day for me.
Yeah,
So,
for
but
sure.
during prep, it definitely is important to get it up.
And what's the nutrition plan? Because I imagine you were probably eating pretty healthy before.
Yeah.
But then bodybuilding health or bodybuilding specific focus, like for weight gain and weight losses, at least in what we've experienced, is a very different world.
It is.
So what did the early days of that nutrition program look like?
So much protein.
So much protein. That's our favorite word right there.
Yes.
Actually, Lily just said the word protein for the first day.
Oh my gosh.
Or first time the other day.
Yes.
I've got it on video and it's perfect.
That's
And,
hilarious.
yeah. So now she'll ask, we get these like little kids protein bars, and she'll ask for protein bar.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Which
That's
is cool. I love
it
it.
is. It's
Yeah.
important. It's important
Yeah.
that they learn this stuff early and how important it is for them. So yes, eating protein,
Yeah.
lots and lots of it every 2.5 to 3 hours, basically through the day. And then just learning, like, why am I eating this, and making sure, how many carbohydrates I need to be getting and the fats. And
Was he having you like track your calories, or did he basically tell you give you meals, like eat this, 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 and this?
yeah, so he just it was a meal plan.
Okay.
So just eat this, 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 and that's what I like. I would prefer that. I kind of, in the early days, I tried the macros, and it was just a lot for me to keep track of.
Yeah, it's tough, and I'd be interested to hear your experience on it, Austin. But it's like there's one side of it where if you track, then you get a little more flexibility as long as you would definitely hit those macros. But at the same time, it's a lot more to keep track of, a lot more time investment, a lot more to focus on, to pay attention to. If you just know you're eating 6 meals of chicken and rice, and you don't really have to think about it too much,
Yep, exactly.
Was it a lot of like chicken and rice, or is it like
It was, yeah. Chicken, rice, chicken, sweet potatoes. Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. We eat a lot of sweet potato. It's a
Love.
good one. Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah. What's been your experience with that also, as far as like tracking versus, because I know you've done both phases throughout your time period.
Well, it's obviously very subjective in terms of what the client would want. In terms of, okay, just give me the meals, tell me what I'm eating, tell me how much, and then I'm good from there, because I don't want to put that much thought into it.
Yeah.
For myself personally, I find myself I really enjoy cooking, and so having that opportunity to cook what I want to eat, I kind of have an idea as to what, like, is ground bison and sweet potato going to be the hit thing this year or this week or not? And I know that going into when I do my meal prep on Sundays. And so for me, I enjoy cooking, and that's kind of that's sort of, I suppose, the cheat code for me, at least.
Yeah.
Is that I know that I'm going to enjoy what I'm going to eat, because I'm willing to go and say, I need to hit this macro.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put a little bit of thought of going, okay, bison and sweet potato, or chicken and sweet potato, or bison and regular potato, or bison and rice, and just so on and so forth. I'm willing to go through and just cook those, kind of feeling how I'm going to feel that week, because I can do bison and sweet potato probably every single week.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That would be totally fine. But
Yeah.
having that, for me, I enjoy utilizing that time a bit more wisely, and having it, like, I make the choice, and then it's determined throughout the week, so then I don't have to think about it. So it's one day of thinking for me, which I don't mind doing, and I hope that into the future when I start coaching, is that, I want to try to feel that out, because I understand how much that could impact someone, especially someone who doesn't want to meal prep a whole lot. Like take that out of the equation. I don't want to think about that, and I personally would love to make sure that I give them that opportunity to say, okay, do you want me to tell you what to eat, or do you want macros?
Yeah.
And it's just, again, very subjective, but it's been a lot of fun on my end. Not only like help, because I've helped a couple of people, but helping versus doing has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and for the people like with families too, one thing that's really worked well for Lauren and I, we've got a young daughter, we've got another one on the way, and so you don't necessarily just have a 4-hour time block to just cook everything for the entire week, but we'll just guys, this can be really easy. We make dinner at night, and this morning I made, it was 4 whole egg, 18 ounces chicken breast, 3.5 cups egg whites and spinach, and then some feta cheese. So we cook all that in a big pot, and it's enough to feed me plus Lauren plus Lily, plus I'll get like 2 or 3 meals out of it. So we just always cook in abundance every meal. You know, we'll cook like 4 pounds of chicken or 3 pounds of beef, and then just box it up, and it's good to go for meals for the week.
Yeah.
But did you have to do, so he gave you that like program of like eat this, were you like prepping a lot of stuff ahead of time, or did you just kind of cook it each day as you go? What routine really locked for you there?
Yeah, with my schedule, I was able to fortunately do it daily. I tried the Sundays, and by Thursday I was like, this isn't tasting, the chicken's getting dry. So with my schedule, I was able to do daily, and it just worked for me. And shout out to my husband. He's my cooker, and
nice.
oh my gosh, he's really helped me. I don't love to cook, so he's taken that on, and
That's awesome.
he cooks my meals every day. I'm so fortunate for that. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried the chicken tenderloins versus the chicken breast?
I have.
I found that out. This is a like little hack for you guys. For some reason, they cook up. They're a little more pricey. Like
Okay.
I think the chicken breast is like $16 for a big package, and the chicken tenderloins are like $19. But it's worth that extra $3 because they come out so tender, like so juicy. I don't feel like they ever get dry, and they come in these little individual strips too. So like I can just throw a whole package in there, marinate them up, and grill them when we're ready. Yeah, it's good stuff. So going back to that like very first prep, I assume you probably had to do like a bulking phase and then like a cutting phase, like probably more traditional like bodybuilding style. What was it finally like going through that prep, learning all the ins and outs of it, dedicating yourself to that program, and then being able to actually step on stage? What was that full experience of the first weekend of competition like for you?
It was a roller coaster of all the things. Learning the posing was a big part of it, and getting used to that. And I wasn't feeling confident in the posing part. And, a couple weeks out, I was second guessing myself a lot, with the posing and even my physique. I was like, I'm not ready to get on the stage yet. I'm not there. And my coach, he's just like, you're there. Stop second guessing yourself. You're there. You'll be fine. So he was there to keep me on track and not get too off track there, because it is so hard to get in your head and have those what they call prep goggles on, where you never feel ready. But yeah, we got there, and my first show, so it was called the Ohio State Championship through the NPC, and I didn't feel nervous that day at all. I woke up feeling good, and I was like, because I think I went into it with zero expectations. It's my first show. I'm just here to feel just the experience of it. So I went in zero expectations and had a blast. I got a lot of friends through the process and the training, and they're competing with me, and it was a fun day. It was a fun day of getting hair done, makeup done, all the glitz and glam, and I didn't feel nervous, which I thought was crazy because I was expecting to be.
Do you think that's because you'd done so much as far as the preparation side goes? Were you able to just sit confidently with that knowledge of I did everything I could?
I think so.
At least you knew that if things didn't turn out great, you at least knew you did everything you could.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's absolutely a huge part of it, is I did everything. I checked all the boxes every day, and that's all I could do. I did everything I possibly could to get there, and I think
what helped you in building that kind of discipline? Because I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. Is it's one thing to know exactly what to do. It's another thing entirely to be able to check those boxes every single day. What drove you in that regard?
My goal, my why. I always had to kind of revert back to, okay, why am I doing this? And I guess I never didn't not feel motivated, just because my why was, why I was doing this, and I set this goal for myself, and I didn't want to let myself down. So these are the things I have to do to get there, and I just stuck with it, and just knowing that these are the things that I had to do to get there.
And what was that why for you? Was that stepping on stage?
Yeah, the why, just I wanted to do something for myself, and I was finally at a place in my life where I could do that, and I was taking this time to do it, and to prove to myself that I can do anything I set my mind to.
Yeah.